Alright, as luck would have it, I think I made a mistake on my last reversed indirect video. One of my astute subscribers and commenters said this looks like brass, this indirect percussion tool that I used, and I said it was copper. Well, I know it's not brass, but it turns out that this is actually bronze. Yeah. I mixed up my bronze with my copper stuff. I have it all in the same place. You know, I consolidated everything together. I thought it was all copper, but it turns out it's not all copper. This one is copper, this copper, and that's copper, but these are bronze. Looks very similar, but yeah, I made a mistake. Now, I don't know if I should delete the video or just put the bronze in the title. I think I'll just put bronze in the title. So now we know that bronze works well. I need to get some brass to see if brass works well. But to show copper, to truly show copper, and since I don't have big pieces that are like this that I can just stick in the stump, I stuck in one of my pressure flakers with a definite copper bit in it into the stump. I just carved out a 1-inch drilled out a 1-inch hole for that 1-inch dowel, oak dowel. Okay, so let's get this straight. It bugs me that I make that mistake. So let me just see what it looks like to nap with reverse indirect with copper. Okay, and we're going to use this one again, this piece here. Should we use a thinner? This is a biface. Let's see. All right, is everything cool? Everything in focus? Someone also asked me, what's it look like to go down the side of the biface with this technique to sharpen or to do edge work? What it looks like is this. This is what you don't see when you're using downward pressure with a pressure flaker. Just downward pressure, you get a beveling effect. It is sharp, but it's kind of short flake beveling. And of course you can be as persnickety as you want. Just straighten the edge. It's a kind of a crude way to do the edge work, but it does work. It's just a bunch of short flakes. You can definitely do serrations with this technique. It'll probably do any thickness of edge, but it looks pretty crude, just like the tourist shop points. Alright, so let's continue Let's see. Let's sharpen this up a little bit more. Now I know this is copper because it's grounding wire. See, it's a grounding wire. I have to straighten it out because I get it in kind of a spool type shape. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, calipers. Where's my calipers? So I can give you the diameter. It's the same diameter as a 16 penny nail. Alright? 16 penny nail. I took out the other... Where's the insert? I had a steel insert in this oak dowel. This is a 16 penny. Same diameter or thereabouts as the grounding 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 wire. Okay, I don't know the diameter. You can bring a tape measure to the store and you go, I want a 5/32. Yes, 5/32 diameter. Or 4 millimeter. Okay? That's what I'm using. And it's grounding wire. It has not been hardened. It's not bronze this time. Okay? Alright. So yeah, I gotta double check to make sure all my materials are correct. That's what I get for not double checking. I just grabbed it and went with it. Alright. And as I thought, you know, there's no problem with copper. It pops out flakes just fine. Might want to expand it out a little bit. Expand out the bottom of the notch a little bit so it doesn't, you know, and cause a excess breakage. Yeah, pops out flakes easily. Just get that seated in the bottom of the bulb. Give it a tap. After a while, you get used to how to tap it, so you're not tapping too hard. You start developing a muscle memory for the strike. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. The copper grabs the edge, so it's not that easy to stall, which is good. And I still have some bulb left on this side, so I'm going to seat that flaker in the bottom of the bulb and try another big flake. Yeah, there you go. So that's pretty thick right there. Let's see. Do I have my calipers? I got them there somewhere. I just don't see them in the stack. Anyway, it's just as deep as the other one. I don't know how I made that one. Did I make that one with the bronze? I don't know. The copper grabs the edge well. The aluminum and the steel will slip a little bit, and the aluminum you got to hit harder than with copper. And antler you got to hit a little bit harder also. So how'd they do it back in the day with antler? Lots of practice. That's the only answer. lots of practice so they don't break it. And of course, the choice of stone is important. I kid around and say sometimes I need a jackhammer to affect the stone if it's really tough. But you don't you don't want to use raw stone with antler too much. I mean, you can. My recommendations are not like rules written in stone. It's just recommendations. I don't recommend you using antler on raw stone. It's much easier and more satisfaction. You'll get more satisfaction out of working heat treat. Okay, so that demonstrates it can be done with just that small diameter, same diameter as a 16 penny nail, with a pressure flaker inserted into the stump. See if I can get that back out. Yeah. So you can pressure with it, and then when you need to do the notches, put it in there, tap it in carefully. You don't want to split the oak dowel. And get it well seated. That's probably a better idea, huh? There, now it's seated. And go to town. All right, so I hope that clears that up. Yeah. Easy peasy. Okay.